COVID-19 pandemic and those families who have suffered. Thank you. Would everyone please remain standing for the national anthem and the playing of our GHS alma mater. Good afternoon and welcome to the graduation ceremony in honor of the Geneseo High School class of 2021. I'd like to begin the ceremony with a few thank yous. First, thank you to Mr. Versluis, the brass ensemble, and Mr. LaCroix, the honors choir. Thank you to District 228 faculty and staff who do their best to prepare our students for post-secondary choices and challenges. Thank you to my fellow district administrators and assistants who provide such wisdom and guidance, especially Mr. Lowe, Mr. Mosier, Mr. Nichols, Mrs. Harrington, and Mrs. Rokas, who I work with on a daily basis. Thank you to District 228 School Board, Dr. Brumbaugh, and Mr. Gronsky for providing us the opportunity to learn and work in a great school district. Thank you to the parents and the guardians for allowing us to work with your wonderful children, and thank you for all the time you spent being a chauffeur, helping with PTA, volunteering as a booster, serving on committees, and for supporting your child as they pursue their high school education. Let's give a round of applause to those. Next, we want to take time to recognize several members of the senior class who have distinguished themselves while at GHS. The first group are the students wearing the Navy cords. This group represents the National Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized. next group are the students wearing the purple cords. This group represents the National Technical Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized. The next group are the young men and women wearing the red, white, and blue cords. This group represents the students entering the military. Would those students please stand and be recognized? The gold cords represents those members of the senior class who have qualified to be Illinois State Scholars. Please stand and be recognized. The next group of students to be recognized are those students wearing the gold stoles. Those students have a GPA of 4.0 or higher after 7 semesters. Please stand and be recognized. The group of students who are wearing the silver cords have performed a minimum of 65 hours of volunteer work for at least 3 different organizations this past year. Please stand and be recognized. Other groups wearing cords representing FFA and thespians. Please stand and be recognized. Seniors who have an overall GPA between 3.25 and 3.749 are graduating cum laude. Please stand and be recognized. Seniors who have an overall GPA between 3.5 and 3.74 are graduating magna cum laude. Please stand and be recognized. Seniors who have an overall GPA of 3.75 or higher are graduating summa cum laude. Please stand and be recognized. The experts are concerned about how the pandemic has affected education. They talk about creating gaps and the loss of learning. I am here to argue the class of 2021 has closed gaps and have had learning gains. I've been to 32 graduations, and typically they talk about how high school has prepared you for life. I'm here to tell you a pandemic has prepared you for life. It has showed you that you can't take anything for granted. It has showed you that you will have adversity hit, and you will make it, and you will make it through. The pandemic has helped you to remember. Remember, you can learn remotely. Remember, you can make your own podcast. Remember, you can get most of the school involved in a lip dub and have over 22,000 views. Remember, you can have a great prom, even if it's at the high school. And remember, you will set off the fire alarm if you have a smoke machine in the building. I want you to also remember, as you leave high school, there is a place that needs you. And there's a place that you need to be. If you can picture those two things coming together, you've taken the first step in making your highest contribution. And as we look back on this year, I ask you to remember and smile. Thank you. Now it's my pleasure to have Ava Perigo and Abby Wilson come forward to give their senior speeches.
1,370 days ago, we walked into Geneseo High School, just freshmen unaware what the next 4 years would hold. Throughout the entirety of my freshman year, I got told, "It goes by so fast, enjoy every bit of it." I remember thinking, yeah, sure. I'm a freshman in high school now, I know what I'm doing. I did not know what I was doing. I have learned that most people don't. As cliche as it sounds, life is a big journey full of twists and turns, and everyone is just trying to get to their end destination. It's amazing to think that while attending GHS, it caused each and every one of our paths to cross at least once. Whether it was a glance in the hallway or a lifelong friendship, we've all become a part of someone else's path. GHS has allowed us to make friendships, find passions, learn skills, and become a part of the community. Together we make up the class of 2021, a class like no other. We will always be the class whose senior year overlapped with the global pandemic. When you think of the chances of that happening, that does make us pretty special. But for all our losses this class has endured, we have also been given the opportunity to learn difficult lessons early. We are able to understand the advice, "It goes by so fast, enjoy every bit of it like no other." Classmates, I encourage you to cherish the sound of your best friend's laugh. Call your grandma for just 5 minutes. Give your hugs a little tighter. Acknowledge when you're making a memory. Enjoy every bit of it. We have learned the future you envision is not promised. Take advantage of every moment before it's gone, even the memories you think aren't as grand. What I would do to go back to the winter of sophomore year when we were all snowed in and thought that 2 weeks off of school was a long time. These memories give us the power to go forward on our journeys. Regardless of what that means for you, I have no doubt this class will do amazing things. 1,370 days ago, we walked into Geneseo High School, but we are not the same people walking out. I can't wait to see where our journeys lead, because this is just the beginning.
As our final year at GHS approached, it became clear that we wouldn't be experiencing a perfect high school musical version of our senior year that we all dreamed of. The fall went by with few social engagements, and we weren't even seeing half the student body. The days felt programmed and robotic, like everyone was scared to truly express themselves. Or maybe it's just that we had forgotten how to act after being quarantined for so long. But as the year continued, restrictions were lifted, and I finally started to see everyone embrace their true colors and reveal the version of themselves that had been hidden behind their masks. Navigating this deceptive, winding, unknown year, we were finally beginning to see the light at the end of the tunnel. In the past, I remember watching other seniors receive special treatment, and sometimes became a little jealous. The only thing I could think was, hey, that'll be me in a couple years. Except that's not exactly how things turned out. We've definitely missed out on a lot of experiences that everyone looks forward to their senior year. But the truth is, our class battled this pandemic with our hearts set on engaging a bigger, more fulfilling goal: to enjoy the things life does give us and focus on all the opportunities we do have. In retrospect, we not only learned, but we truly lived these truths by not taking what we have for granted and remaining thankful for the present moment. It took a lot of hard work and perseverance to make it through this unprecedented senior year, but it has proven to be an era that we will look back on with pride. Not only did we take the year for what it was and make the absolute best of it, but we also learned the true value of one another and how precious life is. Many are quick to dismiss these COVID-infested years, but I want you to remember them and treasure the unique senior year we had together. Remember the realizations you had and the experiences you gained. Remember the school hallways, and remember the football field on a Friday night. Remember the random moments in class and the teachers that made them happen. Remember the smiles you miss seeing and the hugs you miss giving. Remember your favorite memories at GHS. and most importantly, remember the people you made them with. Never stop remembering these precious moments, but also be encouraged to look onward and welcome the next round of joys and future adventures that await us. Congratulations, class of 2021. We finally made it.
Thank you, ladies. At this time, Mr. Steve LaCroix and the Honors Choir will now perform 2 musical numbers for us. Thank you, Mr. LaCroix and the Honors Choir. Ladies and gentlemen, the Superintendent of District 228 Schools, Dr. Brumbaugh, will certify the graduates.
Thank you, Mr. Mackey. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. I say again, every setback is a setup for a comeback. The past 15 months have been a challenge to all of us, full of setbacks and loss. Each of us has lost something, or maybe even someone, during this time. And yet, here we are, survivors. And as such, we will continue to move forward and make one of the greatest comebacks in American history. How can I say that? Well, they say history repeats itself, and we have to look no further than our past. People who were born between 1901 and 1927 went through some of the worst times in American history. They lived through the pandemic of 1918 and the Great Depression. Those were incredibly difficult and dark days. And yet, that generation of students went on to be known as the greatest generation. They did not let those times define them, but instead refine them. And I believe that if they could do it, you can do it. Because we live in the greatest nation in the world, with the greatest resolve, and have access to the greatest resources. I keep hearing about what our students have lost, but I refuse to limit their future ability and path based on our own or my own experiences. When we cannot measure on a standardized test everything our students have learned over the last 15 months. You cannot measure their determination, their grit, their resiliency, or their ability to adapt. It would not surprise me if in the near future Tom Brokaw releases an updated version, maybe his second release, of his famous book with an amended title, The Greatest Generation Yet, making way for a new book that talks about the accomplishments of this generation of students. I'll leave you with a short story and a challenge. Henry Kissinger was newly appointed in his role as Secretary of State, for which he served under Presidents Nixon and Ford, and immediately began asking for updates from his senior advisors. One of the senior advisors submitted his report to Mr. Kissinger, but to his dismay, it was returned to him with the words written, "This is incomplete." The senior advisor was taken aback. After all, he was a senior advisor and good at his job. But nonetheless, he redid the report and resubmitted it. The next day, he received the report back once again, this time with the words written, "This is too long." Who does this guy think he is, he thought to himself. But knowing of Kissinger's reputation for firing people who disagreed with him and not getting the job done, he went back and shortened his report. This time he decided to personally hand in the report to Mr. Kissinger himself. "Sir, I've spent hours revising this report. It is complete, it is concise. It gives you everything you need to know about the situation." Mr. Kissinger slowly looked up from his desk, smiled. "Good," he replied. "Now I will finally read it." Graduates, don't waste your time giving less than your best effort in everything that you do. It may be your last name, or the degree you earn, or someone you know who gives you your first interview or even your first job. But it will be your name, your reputation, your career that will be defined by the quality of the work that you do and the effort that you give. Go and make your family, your school, and your community proud. Go and do great things to move this country forward. And remember, whether you decide to stay here or move to another place, you will always have a home here in Geneseo, one we hope you will consider returning back to when the time comes to start your own family and raise your children. Good luck, and God bless. Members of the the Board of Education, I certify to you that these students have met both the standards set forth by the Illinois State Board of Education and by you to receive a Geneseo diploma here today. Mr. Mackey, please proceed with recognizing our graduates by name.
For the presentation of diplomas, we have a tradition. Senior members of the class of 2021 will read the names of their fellow graduates. Those students will come forward at this time. Morgan K. Sims. Thomas Paul Robinson. Grace Elizabeth Miller. Logan Scott Fitzpatrick. Allison Nicole Bowers.
Chloe N. Adams. Olivia Faith Aldrich. Samantha Michelle Allen. Zacchaeus James Anderson. Soteria Eleni Andrews. Cade James Ariano. Katie Lorene Bannister. Nicholas A. Barrett. Abigail Christine Bergman. Madeline Paige Bergman. Kerrigan Madeline Marie Barnes. Natalie Catherine Baumgartner. Sylvia Marie Baumgartner. Gunnar William Beert. Joseph Charles Beef. Tyler Joseph Belanger. Nathan Wayne Beneke. Lucas Kevin Benjamin. Eric Paul Berggren. Morgan Grace Bjorkman. Devin Lewis Broderson. Esther May Brown. Thane Michael Richard Brown. Tanner J. Burgett. Andrew L. Calabria. Sophia E. Calderon. Connor Joseph Campbell. Leanne Marie Cowles. Ricardo Chavez Sanchez. Emma Caitlin Clays. Nathaniel James Clark Holke.
Let's go, girls!
Charles John Clausen. Xanthia Genesis Coulter. Madison Marie Cornell. Serafino Hayden Cooper. Tristan Andrew Damewood. Clay Joseph DeBailey. Dominic Regan DeBooth. Riley John D. Cook.
Addison Claire DePau. Griffin Joseph DeSplinter. Taylor Jane DeSplinter. Ella Hale Detlow. Sean Michael Duckett. Hannah Marie Dunk. Adeline May Dunker. Emma Sue Dunker. Tyler Jacob Durnell. Katrina Marie Eilers. Sebastian Lee Einfeld. Trisha May Eldon. Cole Bradley Ellerbrook. Jacob Victor Andrus. Gracie Ann Erickson. Justin Bradley Ford. Delaney Elizabeth Fouts. Lakota Marie Frank. William Magnus Gamache. Kira Lexi Garcia. Maylin Elizabeth Gentry. Christopher Allen Lee Ginther. Grace Lee Gerton. Andres Mace Gonzalez. Adam Joseph Goodwin. Riley Aiden Gorman. Aiden D. Graff. Emma Griffin. Brooke Laren Arms. Blake Michael Stephen Harris. Jenna Alexandria Hart. Josie Diane Hassan. Faith Melanie Henderson. Zachary Paul Henderson. Wilson Alexander Hirschman. Brendan Patrick Hipkins. Melanie Rose Hodge. Brianna Lynn Hotshire. Ethan Roland Holke. Brianna K. Holman. Piper Elizabeth Howard. Madison Lee Hoyt.
Natalie Marie Jacobs. Zachary Lee Johns. Derek L. Johnson. Caitlin Alyssa Johnson. Noah Johnson. Olivia Marie Johnson. Jade Jones. Mason Charles Jones. Brianne Michelle Keller. Bryce Allen Keller. Athena Lynn Knowles. Connor James Coberline. Olivia Rayanne Koenig. Kaylee Krug. Emily Elizabeth Berger. Paige Michelle Langan. Keaton Rose Lawrence. Owen Vincent Leach. Mara Kate Lowe. Alicia Sue Mackey. Drew Michael Martins. Avery Lynn Majorkirk. Michaela May Malone. Elizabeth Morgan Monty. Lanny Elizabeth Marshall. Marcus Glenn Matten. Michaela Rose Matusko. Jacob Leonard Maxwell. Brenna Catherine McGuire. Carson James McKay. Tate Robert McVicker. Jacob Richard Milo. Mason Lane Miller. Rachel Carolyn Minert. Lillian Marie Monson. Bruce Joseph Moore. Jack Ross Moore. Addison Michelle Morris.
Jenna Rose Marone. Olivia Marie Mossbarger. Peter Joseph Mosier. Mary Catherine Mraz. Anna Rose William Nary. Robin Michelle Nouns. Alexandria Jean Nelson. Riley Brant Nelson. Sarah Marie Neru. Gannon Michael Newkirk. Madeline Newkirk. Lucas Allen Nicky. Mackenzie Paige Norville. Michael David Oakes. Seth William Olson. Carson McClellan Oney. Dusty Nona Osborne. Adam Nicholas Perez. Ava Marie Perigo. Taya Sky Peterson. Ansley Elizabeth Plasher. William Eugene Plumley. Anna Bernice Louise Poole. Madeline Rose Poseen. Jordan William Lee Reyes. Hannah May Rakestraw. Rebecca Marie Ramp. Abigail Elizabeth Reeds. Carson Benjamin Rice. Charles Michael Rice. Bailey Marie Riley. Sydney Marie Ringberg. Tannen Curtis Rink. Austin Jarrett Roberts. Emily Lucille Roberts. Riley Renee Roberts. Miranda Christine Romer. Ethan Alexander Rubrick. Andrew Gregory Ogle Reiner.
Abigail Y. Sankin. Rose Ayana Santiago. Elisa Torrin Schmidt. Karia Anna Marie Schramm. Kylan James Schroeder. William John Sellers II. Sydney Sexton. Coralie Catherine Shoemaker. Logan Alexander Sims. Caitlin Caroline Skelton. Emma Jean Slaymaker. Brennan Scott Smith. Mason James Smith. Megan J. Soria. Caden Spleer. Hannah Scout Stebley. Chase A. Stevens. Ian Thomas Swan. Cadence Renee. Emma Nicole Taranes. Andrew Hart Taney. Garrett Mark Toon. Kyle W. Chathagen. Logan Allen Tuggle. Nicholas Edward Vanderstein. Mitchell Charles Formos. Hannah Rose Catherine Vonda. Brennan Zachary Wages. Michaela Raylan Warner. Brendan Dale Wantenberg.
Let's go, Brendan!
Dylan James Webster. Maggie Jo Weller. Elizabeth Ann Whiteman. Lily Catherine Weiss. Kyler J. Williams. Ashton Reese Wolf. Zachary D. Yoder. Elizabeth Grace Yost. Emily Faith Yost.
Turned out to be a great day today. Graduates, please stand. Move your tassels to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm proud to introduce the graduating class of 2021.
Gotta be a lot of people in the back of that baby. How's it going?